Welcome to the April edition of Around OHS. I'm Parker Wyatt.
And I'm Olivia Hack.
In our first story, we hear about Coach Gerdes continuing to coach golf.
Millie and Evelyn have the story.
While most coaches are current teachers, one retired teacher is continuing to coach. Let's hear about his impact.
Mr. Gerdes has impacted me in a great way because he's been a great coach. He makes practices fun, and he's super motivational and keeps our spirits high.
He gives us pointers and wants us to be the best that we possibly can be.
Well, Mr. Gerdes and I have known each other for 20 plus years. He's such a calming influence, super positive with the boys, and he goes out there organized every day and ready to work.
You can't go to him during the school days. Makes asking him any questions a little bit more harder.
I know for him, he does not like the fact that he doesn't get to see some of those boys every day, and that kind of hurts him. But he does a really good job once the boys get out to the course.
But there is a challenge not physically being there all the time in terms of getting a hold of golfers in the way that I used to.
He has more free time, so if we ever want to go to the driving range practice, he's always up there. If we need pointers or something, he's always there to help.
I mean, I had a great teaching job, and there are elements of that I miss, but it's another phase in life and you move into that. And there wasn't a readily available replacement in the building, and I was like, well, I can keep doing that.
When Coach Gerdes took over, we've been steadily rebuilding the program. We had 37 boys, I think, try out for golf this year, and we could only keep 18. It's been great that we're growing the program at the JV level. We've done really well. And the varsity boys, we've had at least one guy make it to state in the last 4 years, which is a positive.
I try to be a positive, supportive type of coach. When you deal with golf, screaming and yelling at them is not going to make them a better golfer when they're over the golf ball.
Keeps practices fun, always has us playing games, and anything he does is for our benefit.
He's very flexible, and he knows golf is a hard game, so he is hard on us. He wants us to be a good team, but he also understands that golf is not an easy thing to do.
They get nervous in front of me, but I tell them, hey, I'm just your biggest fan.
Again, he's funny, he's smart, he's super organized, and he's very laid back and calm. And I think as a golf coach, that's something that those boys need, because sometimes they get in their own heads and they get a little nervous, but he calms them down really well.
With Millie Cook behind the camera, I'm Evelyn Harmon reporting for Around OHS.
I'm glad to see him continuing something he enjoys.
Me too. Our next story tells us a little more about OHS athletes.
And what would that be?
Cece and Blake introduce us to some of our athletes who have dealt with injuries and recoveries.
A lot of students are involved in sports. However, many face the struggle of injuries.
I dislocated my left elbow during wrestling season.
I tore my ACL and then my meniscus in 4 different spots.
In December, I tore a ligament in my foot, my fascia.
So I was in the middle of a match, and it was the last period, and I was getting up from bottom, and a girl had tripped me and then rolled, and my arm stayed, but my body went.
So I was at a football camp, like Lindenwood's mega camp, which there's like 1,000 coaches there, there's probably like 500. We're doing one-on-ones at the end of the camp, like pass blocking, and I went and my knee popped, so then I went out for a second, I cut real hard a couple of times, I was like, okay, I'm good. Went back, and the very last drive of the whole camp, I planted and it popped.
I was in winter track training with Connors and Kennedy, and I was the only person who showed up that day, and we were doing wickets, and I was sprinting through the wickets, and all of a sudden I heard a pop sound, and I thought that I hit one of the wickets, but the pop was actually the arch of my foot.
When it first happened, I was insanely worried because I was like, oh, I'm done for, my football recruiting's over. I'm not gonna end up anywhere, and then it really wasn't that bad after I started getting back, because most coaches kept talking to me.
Physically, it was really hard. I basically had I couldn't lift anything. I could barely move it.
Mentally, it's super hard because you're just oh, I just want to give up, quit, and just be done with it.
I wanted to be able to try and run at the end of indoor season and be able to run during the outdoor season.
The hardest part of not playing my senior year was watching all my friends and people I played with my whole high school career, just watching them play and me on the sideline, and then when we lose a game, I'm man, I wish I could have been out there helping.
Probably watching everybody else compete, and I had such big goals for the season, and so watching other people achieve that, it was so exciting, but I couldn't do it myself, so.
I know that I need to stretch better now and be more body conscious about what I'm doing when I'm running and stuff.
It definitely changed my perspective on sports. Everything's just a privilege. Even losing, I think I definitely take it better now.
With CC Phoenix behind the camera, I'm Blake Baronic for Around OHS.
It's good to hear about their recoveries.
Definitely. Moving on to our next story, we meet some interesting pets that OHS students have.
Chloe and Anessa tell us more.
Most just have the typical, a cat or a dog. Let's hear from some people whose pets are more unique.
I have hermit crabs. We have 2 of them, and I also have a horse. My son picked out the hermit crabs, and I thought they would be easy to take care of, and they're actually harder to take care of than newborn children until you get all of the settings right. And my daughter actually wanted the horse, so she just got the horse for her birthday in February, but she rides in horse shows, and I'm living vicariously through her because I always wanted a horse when I was a kid.
I have a Pomsky, his name is Bolt. He is a mix of a Pomeranian and a Husky. The reason we chose him is because he has heterochromia in one eye, so he has, instead of having one different colored eye, he has half a blue eye and half a brown eye in one eye.
I have a pet pig. Her name's Stella. We got her during like COVID in like 2020. Now she's like big. She could like do circles around for some treats.
There are 2 dwarf rabbits. One's a boy and one's a girl. Their names are Ollie and Sunny. When they get happy, they do a thing called binking where they jump in the air and they shake their bodies.
The hermit crabs like to run on hamster wheels, so late at night is when they're actually active, and then they run around on the hamster wheel or walk really, really slow.
And all of a sudden our parents got us bunnies, and it was really fun and cute, and they're lion heads, so they have a lot of hair, so they're fun.
They have the energy of a Husky, but mostly they act like a Pomeranian. It's immediately fallen in love. They're the softest little things.
They are a bit messy, but they are really loving. They're not easy to take care of, but it's great to have them. And that time will always, I'll always remember that time as something good that I spent caring for something.
With Anessa Calmendi behind the camera, I'm Chloe Ruth for Around OHS.
Wow, I love seeing people's unique pets.
Me too.
Did you know that some of the freshmen also had a unique experience recently involving the school play?
Chase and Amber tell us more.
Recently, Honors English 1 students read Fahrenheit 451. They were invited to see a special performance by the theater department. Teachers and students tell us more.
Fahrenheit, especially in modern day, fits really well in what we're seeing with literacy rates in schools and outside of school, how technology is used, AI, short form content, things like that. The book was originally written in the 50s, so the fact that it is so relevant today is really interesting. I knew that I wanted to do something that was really relevant this year for just like where we are in history. And so after reading the book, I knew immediately. I was like, this fits perfectly.
I hope that our students continue learning, because our last unit we did Romeo and Juliet, where we talk about adaptations and how you can take a story and turn it into a musical or a book or a play or a movie. And so I hope that this kind of helped them further understand that with a totally different story that was then adapted into a play.
I feel like the book, there was a lot more freedom for your imagination to kind of create the characters in your head, while as the play, they were actually portrayed because you could see them on stage.
A lot of the characters actually have different interpretations in the play versus the book, which in an interview Ray Bradbury actually talked about. He wanted to do that on purpose. One of the characters, specifically Clarice, in the book, she has a different ending than in the play, and he said that he felt like he was getting a lot of feedback from people who had read the book when it was first published, that they were really sad with what happened to Clarice and they wanted something else. And so in the play, that's why he wrote her character the way that he did.
I feel like in the play, especially Clarice, she was a lot more childlike, and I could really see her innocence throughout the play rather than the book, because she didn't have a lot of speaking lines. I feel like technology is starting to take over through the years, and I feel like people need to learn to hold on to the things that are still important, because you don't have a lot of time on earth. So spend your time doing things that you like that aren't just staring at a screen.
With Chase Roddy behind the camera, I'm Amber and Bowden with Around OHS.
Glad to see it was a fun first show.
Speaking of fun, our final story features some track team tiger walking.
Addie has the story.
Don't leave me. Addie, you want to go take a walk? Oh, welcome, dog. We're on the hunt for a Genj. Wait, ask me, I have a good one.
What is your track hot take?
Hot take?
Yeah.
Oh, ick. I like ick better. Gosh, Maddie.
Journalism.
My track ick is when people wear spikes without socks on, and then like take their spikes off after their race, and they just walk around with no socks on. What is your track ick?
People that warm up in their spikes. When people put their spikes on right when we get off the bus and they don't have to run.
What is your track ick?
Actually, hear it right behind me.
What is your favorite event to run?
300 hurdles.
Obviously.
What is your favorite after meet treat?
I'm loading. I like them all. Is that
So you'll just eat anything after
yes,
a meet?
exactly. Everything I see, I just want. I'm not kidding. Everything that I see in like my eye, I take.
Abby, poop. Abby.
Guys, I'm mic'd up. You're mic'd up again? Hi. ASMR.
Question of the day. Yeah. What is your favorite game day snack? Ooh,
Delicious.
what flavor?
I've been eating the frosted strawberry, but s'mores are my favorite.
Good choice. Have you had French toast?
I'm allergic to cinnamon.
What?
Haley has never returned to track stuff.
Oh. Ginge, you didn't hear that.
Oh!
Hello. Guys, this is my sister. Hi.
So my knees, your knees aren't.
With Around OHS, I'm Addie Scott.
And that concludes our show. I'm Olivia Hack.
And I'm Parker Wyatt, and that's what's going on around OHS.
Dave.
Checking in. Trusting the point, it's around. Coach golf. What? Oh my god.